What's up, guys? Wisco Sports Craze here, better known as Alex Wilson, coming to you with some Green Bay Packers talk today. I just want to start by saying if you guys like this kind of content and want more of it, like, subscribe, and get this content out there for people to see. Share it with your friends, whatever you got to do. I would greatly appreciate it. I really want to commit time into doing this because sports is my passion. I love watching. I'm there for every single game. Just love watching it. But with that being said, it's just been a wild year for us in Wisconsin sports. With the Milwaukee Bucks winning it all, we did it. The curse, in my opinion, was broken with that. Just of all this heartbreak we've experienced over the past couple years. Giannis holding up that trophy, it just meant so much to me. I can't even explain it. We proved everybody wrong who said we couldn't do it and that you needed a super team to win it all. You needed, three superstars and all that. It's all out the window. We're back on top. What a time to watch Wisconsin sports and be a fan. Just the Milwaukee Bucks winning it all, and you got the Milwaukee Brewers on the verge possibly of winning the World Series. I mean, they are fully capable of doing that, and we'll have episodes where I talk about them and the Bucks and the Badgers. But today we're gonna focus on the Green Bay Packers and mainly the 53-man roster. Packer news today. The trade that happened. It's a minor trade, but it could end up being, possibly a good trade for the Packers. As we sent Josh Jackson, who was near and dear to my heart because, these three kids, Kevin King, Josh Jackson, and Jair Alexander, they meant everything to me. The young secondary that we were, I just thought that the sky was the limit for these guys, and obviously Josh Jackson, it never really clicked with him for some reason. When we took him in the second round, he was the guy on the board that I wanted, and he's the guy that was there, and the Packers select Josh Jackson, and I just lost it. We got Jair and we got Josh Jackson, who actually was regarded as maybe the first corner off the board in the 2018 draft. But he's gone now. He's going to New York, and we pick up with that Issac Yiadom. Not sure if that's how you say his name correctly, but welcome to Green Bay, man. 6'1", 190 pounds. So on the bigger side, we got the tallest in the league, matching Richard Sherman and Kevin King. And now you get bringing a 6'1" corner that who knows what he's going to be on the roster. Hopefully he can come in and take one of these corner spots, and I do think he's going to. He started 10 games last year, 5 pass deflections, half a sack, 46 combined tackles, and 29 solo. So seems like he's not scared to hit. Haven't really gotten into a lot of film of him, but I know he has one career pick. So not necessarily a ball hawk corner, but bigger guy that maybe could shut down somebody on the outside, hopefully, with that. But I guess we'll get into this 53-man roster. My predictions for it, obviously it's not going to be 100% correct, but I feel like I know what I'm talking about with most of this stuff. So this is my dream roster for this year. Well, I wouldn't say dream, but what we have on the roster. And I will say, with that being said, definitely has to be the most talented roster I've seen the Packers have in my time of being a Packer fan, which has been a while. Obviously, we had the great run in 2010 where we had just that miraculous run all the way through from the wild card to winning it all. But this team right here has the potential to be definitely and they got to go out and perform. Everything that we've went through in this offseason with the Rodgers drama and everybody saying he wasn't going to be back and they want him traded, that's because they want the Packers, out of the mix. And I understand that because we've been great, for so long of a stretch here, and teams get jealous, and it's just, we're back, we're here, we're an NFC juggernaut, we're a top 3 team in the NFC, right there with the Buccaneers, and you take your pick for whoever else. I mean, if you want to put the Rams in there or whoever you want to put in, because obviously New Orleans is out of that mix, and I think right now your cream of the crop of the NFC is definitely Green Bay and Tampa Bay. So, QB. So obviously 12, our MVP, he's back. Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love at quarterback. And speaking of Jordan Love, with that preseason game the other night, don't look too much into the actual score. It's preseason, and it's all backups, third stringers, and fringe roster players. But with that, Jordan Love looked really good from not playing in almost 2 years, or maybe a little over, or right around 2 years, okay? Suiting up and actually getting in live bullets, So, he looked good, like the pass to Jay Sternberger over the middle, that's an NFL throw. Over the middle linebacker, dropped it in. I loved it. He looked good. The offensive line did not block worth anything. So those guys have to perform better for them to showcase Jordan Love and Kylan Hill mainly, who will be in my next group here, running backs. So I got Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, and Kylan Hill. Now, I debated on putting a fourth there because we've carried fourth running back for couple years now that I can remember, but with that, I think that Josiah DeGuara will be an H-back role that can play, and also Randall Cobb and Amari Rodgers can take snaps from running back if you need them to. They've done it before. So, yeah, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, Kylan Hill for running back. Wide receiver room, we got the best receiver in the league, Devonte Adams. As Alan Lazard said, he's top 2 and he's not 2. You know what I mean? So, Devonte Adams, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, the best deep threat in the league last year, stat-wise. So you can't argue with that on me. He has to get the dropsies out of the way, and he could be. I mean, sky's the limit for MVS. Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb, welcome back. Devin Funchess, who looked great the other night in preseason, before that injury, which was minor, I do believe, and he should be good to go. Amari Rodgers, and last we got 7, Equinemius St. Brown, who is going to have to play special teams. I do believe the 7th receiver is going to have to play special teams, and EQ, I think, has the talent. I mean, this receiving core is going to be absolutely loaded if you keep these 7. Definitely one of the better receiving cores I've seen the Packers have. Obviously, you got like the 2011. They're not going to beat that, but that team was not as balanced on the offensive side, besides having Finley and that receiving core. I mean, but yes, 7 receivers. Tight end, I got having Robert Tonyan, Mercedes Lewis, Josiah DeGuara, who I said will play an H-back role, so pretty much a fullback / tight end, and Jay Sternberger as your 4th. Offensive line, I got us keeping 9. I got, obviously, David Bakhtiari, and that also depends. I can't really predict that with them if he gets put on the PUP list or whatnot, if he has to miss the first 6 weeks. I don't believe that's going to happen, but if it does, this could change the list also. But I got David Bakhtiari, Elton Jenkins, Josh Myers, Billy Turner, and Dennis Kelly as your starting 5, in my opinion. And then you got Lucas Patrick, John Runyon Jr., and Royce Newman as your 3 utility offensive linemen, swing. Obviously, Lucas Patrick can play center guard, and John Runyon, same thing with that, and was a tackle at Michigan, if I do believe. If I'm right on that, I do believe he was a tackle. But and then Royce Newman, who is a guard and then swing tackle combo. I think that'll be your 9 offensive linemen. Safety, I got Adrian Amos, Darnell Savage, who make up, in my opinion, the best safety tandem in the league. I think they're just too proven at this point, and Savage is becoming... He's on superstar status if he breaks into what I think he can be this year. He's already Pro Bowl caliber, and then if he takes the leap this year, the secondary... The sky's the limit for the secondary. Will Redmond, Vernon Scott, and Henry Black. I got 5 safeties. Cornerback, obviously, is probably the most depth we have on the whole entire team besides maybe wide receiver. It's just an all-around stacked roster, like I said. You're talking Jair Alexander, who is the most shutdown corner in the league at this point, in my opinion. This dude's on a whole nother level. Kevin King, who you guys are going to have mixed emotions about, but he is a good corner. I mean, there's just no... He had a bad game in the championship, yes, but Kevin King he could probably be a 1 on some teams, but he's definitely a good number 2, okay? He is a good player. You guys need to stop feeding into the hype. Yes, he has his days, but he also has his days where he's locked down, and people don't give him much credit on that. I think he needs to be put in better situations, not to be put on a Scotty Miller, who, I mean, really, you know what I mean? The dude can blaze past him, but with that, you know, then you got Eric Stokes, Shandon Sullivan, Issac Yiadom, and Shamar Jean-Charles, rounding it out for the cornerback group. So we got 6. And a lot of this on the defensive side is going to have to be predicated on them playing special teams. That's why it's a little tougher to, judge who's going to make it at the bottom of the barrel here. But middle linebacker-wise, I have us keeping Devondre Campbell, Chris Barnes, Kamal Martin, Ty Summers, Oren Burks, and Isaiah McDuffie. Burks and McDuffie, and somewhat Ty Summers for special teams purposes. I know it's a number of middle linebackers to keep, but we're going to have to find the special teams play from somewhere, and us losing Randy Ramsey was big for that because he's regarded as probably the best special teams player we have. And then outside linebacker, you're going to see Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith, Rashawn Gary, Chauncey Rivers, and Jonathan Garvin. Again, Rivers and Garvin for special teams purposes, but this could go a number of ways. And then defensive tackle / defensive end, with their 3-4 scheme, you can't really put somebody as a D tackle or defensive end because they could probably play both. But Kenny Clark, TJ Slayton, Kingsley Keke, Dean Lowry, and Jack Heflin, who I think will take the spot of Tyler Lancaster, because Lancaster is not good, in my opinion, at all. And I liked what I seen out of Heflin the other night. Looked pretty stout against the run, and I think that could be pretty good for a 5th interior defensive lineman. And obviously, to round it off, special teams, you got Mason Crosby at kicker and J.K. Scott at punter. Like I said, this roster's pretty talented. Easily can make a run to the Super Bowl. I'm so excited about it. But I think with this prediction, could easily change if, we can make some adjustments to it, and I think that we should look into interior defensive line help. That is the main struggle that we have besides Kenny Clark. I think Kingsley Keke has pretty good potential. I'm not going to say star potential, but he looks pretty solid, and he added about 10 pounds, so if he can be solid against the run, and you add TJ Slayton in that with Kenny, and I think they're going to be pretty stout. But I think Green Bay could look into adding someone like a Jarrell Casey or a Geno Atkins, or a roster cut player. I don't know who that might be, just somebody to come in, a veteran that, is proven in this league to come help Kenny Clark in the interior defensive line. And I think you're absolutely looking at a Super Bowl roster. Like I said, I'm so excited for this season, and just what a time for Wisconsin sports. I will make videos on the Brewers, Packers, Bucks, and Badgers all together, because, I mean, that's the content you guys want, and that's what I love to talk about. So, like I said, if you guys would like, comment, and subscribe and get this out there to people, I'll give you the content you want, and thanks for watching.